How to organize an estate cleanout, removing items from house after death. That's our topic today. We'll get started right after this. Whether a death is sudden or a situation of a slow decline, dealing with the loss of a loved one is never easy. It's vital to take time to grieve and not to put too much on your plate all at once. When you're ready to start the estate cleanout of a loved one's home, you may not even know where to begin. But one of the many first things you'll need to address is removing items from house after death. This video will help you navigate the estate cleanout and also provide ideas on how to organize through the estate cleanout process so you hold on to the items and memories most important to you. Hi, I'm Kim Ward. My team and I have been helping executors, administrators, and trustees with homes in probate or trust administration for over 2 decades. We work in the San Diego area, and I hope you find this of value, this video that I'm making for you, even if you don't have a house or live in the San Diego area. So let's continue. The month after a loved one's death can be difficult and hectic. As if the loss itself isn't enough, you suddenly have this long list of to-dos piled onto your plate, often with tight deadlines attached. So how to organize the estate cleanout after death? It is a very demanding task, but you don't have to do it alone. We've laid out a step-by-step guide for removing items from house after death with tips from estate cleanout experts to help you tackle the job with as little stress as possible. First, you'll want to secure the home. You might not immediately begin the estate cleanout of the house after death, but you do need to secure your loved one's property as soon as possible. You never know who may have keys to the home. In order to protect the belongings, make sure to change the locks immediately after death. If the deceased individual had a pet or pets, be sure to secure a safe home for them quickly. Keep animal shelters as the absolute last resort, as they may be put to sleep if not adopted out. In addition to making a decision to sell, keep, or rent the home, once the home is secure by changing the locks, you'll want to do the following. 1. Forward the mail to your address. 2. Secure legal and financial paperwork. And 3. Continue paying for certain necessary upkeep services. The next step in how to organize an estate cleanout after death is you'll want to track down all the important documents. Before digging through and discarding anything at all, make sure you have the essential documents needed to take care of your loved one's bills and all their other affairs. Once you've found any and all of these important documents and taken steps to removing those items from house after death and place them in a secure spot, then you can turn your focus to the estate cleanout of the deceased house. The important documents to collect and protect include pay stubs and tax forms, credit card statements, utility bills, any passwords or usernames for online accounts, invoices, receipts, or paperwork for art or jewelry, mortgage payments, deeds and car registrations, insurance policies, wills, and Social Security information. As a side note, we've developed an easy inventory collector for our San Diego executors, administrators, or trustees. It will streamline the process of how to organize your estate cleanout. Your third step towards how to organize an estate cleanout is to take a good look at the will. If your loved one's death was expected, you may have already familiarized yourself with their will. But if their loss was sudden, make sure to carefully read over the will before starting the estate cleanout. Many wills are very straightforward, but some are more complicated than others and may require a probate attorney's counsel prior to removing items from house after death. Next is to set a time limit to complete the estate cleanout. You'll want to select a specific date for the estate cleanout and inform the entire family, especially if you are facing a deadline. The best way to manage the expectations of family members when addressing the removing items from house after death is setting a definitive date for the family members to remove items that were bequeathed to them through the will or take mementos, of course, with your permission. So setting that deadline, then knowing that you must empty the house by a particular date creates a greater sense of urgency than saying the estate cleanout must be completed within a month. Setting a firm end date will also help you get the house on the market faster. Let's delve into how to organize the estate cleanout and sorting through all those items. When going through a deceased individual's belongings, you might find creating categories like these would work. Items you'd like to personally keep, items that family members plan on keeping, items that should be disposed of or recycled, items that you plan on selling in an estate sale or a buyout, and items that you plan on donating. As discussed earlier, have your family members sort through and take what they'd like first so you have less to go through. This also ensures that you don't accidentally sell or donate something they wanted. When beginning your estate cleanout, don't let the whole family loose on the house. We recommend that you first go through each room and do a rough sort. You'll want to set aside any items that may be high value for appraisal. Keep other sentimental items like an old sweater or knitting supplies in a separate place. When my father passed away, I took a sweater that he wore all the time. It's come in handy when I'm having a rough day. Through your journey of how to organize estate cleanout and removing items from house after death, now it's time to bring them in to claim what they want to keep. If your relatives generally get along and there haven't been any major disagreements about the estate or the estate process, you might choose a day to have everyone come in at once. This way, if multiple people want the same item, they can hash things out right away, keeping the process moving forward. On the other hand, if there are tensions in the family, bringing in smaller groups may be a better option to keep the peace. You'll want to begin with the deceased's immediate family, then those relatives and friends they were closest to, and then everyone else. The sticky note plan has worked well in the past for some of our clients. Let each group go through the house placing sticky notes with their names on whatever they want. Put those who chose the same items in contact with each other, reminding them that they have to come to an agreement by the target date you established for the estate cleanout. And the final piece of removing items from house after death is to hire an estate liquidator, an estate company, a buyout, or a donate. This last step of the estate cleanout after death is to sell the remaining items. If you have a large number of items to sell, meeting with an estate liquidator is the first step. If there is a smaller number of items to sell or the estate sale option is not viable, the next step will be to contact an estate buyout person. I recently met with Ruth and her son Keith. Ruth's sister recently passed away, leaving a lot of personal property in the home. After Ruth had removed items that were important to her, I scheduled with an estate sale company. The estate sale company declined to do the sale because although there were a lot of items, there just wasn't enough to consider a sale. Plus, the soonest the estate sale company could have the sale on their schedule would be a full 8 weeks. I then scheduled with a buyout company, and Ruth was really pleased with the amount offered for the remaining personal property, and the removal could be completed within 2 to 3 weeks. As you can see, there are options for the remaining personal property, and Ruth was relieved that she would not have to manage the items herself. Sometimes personal representatives know that their loved one would want certain items such as clothing or memorabilia donated. Many times the family of a veteran will donate items to DVA, or the Department of Veteran Affairs. Cleaning out a loved one's house can be both physically and emotionally draining. Don't be afraid to reach out to those closest to you for help and to professionals that can guide you through the process. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button and the bell button to be notified of my weekly videos, and you wouldn't want to miss any of them if you're in the middle of being an estate representative. Thank you for watching. See you next week.